Hey, welcome to another Milepost here on the V-Twin Life. V-Twin Life is brought to you by a few great companies. One being Crash Inc. Clothing. You can find them out of Oregon. Great company, specialized in clothes, doing work on bikes now. You can check them out at crashinclothing.com. They got a lot of great stuff. Hey, head on over there. Maybe they got something you like. And we can't forget Wild Ass. You like pounding miles, you like riding, you want to be in comfort? Hey, maybe strap a Wild Ass under your ass and ride with an air cushion and be comfortable for hours. And can't forget Custom Dynamics, leading the industry in lighting LED technology. Man, these guys got some great stuff. So head on over to Custom Dynamics and check it out. Now, let's get to another milepost of the V-Twin Life. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Sunday here in the V-Twin Life, kicking back milepost 95. Fucking getting up there, man. This is a lot of fun. Tonight we got Ray's Motor Life come to kick it, hang out, and share his adventure, how he got into this wonderful community we all like, and how he got into life on two wheels. So what's going on, Ray?
What's happening, my brother?
Just another good night, kicking back.
I hear you. It's just up and down weather here in East Tennessee, so it's just been, a hit and a miss with all this.
I know. It's how it's been here today. Sunshine, snow, rain, sunshine, snow, and it just keeps
All
repeating.
four seasons, in one day.
Yeah.
I love it.
Mother Nature is bipolar as all can be today.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier. It's a different kind of thing going on out here in our atmosphere. So
Looks like I got a lot of guys tuning in. You got Iowa Hog Rider, The Process, Evil Rick, Fat Glide, Corey, Springer Mike, Wrench Bender Nick, Fat Glide. Hey, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out on another Sunday evening, man. It means a lot. You guys come and hang out and enjoy the show.
And it does. Appreciate all you guys for showing up to see me.
Yeah.
Again.
So, well, shoot, buddy. Where to start for you, man? Where'd motorcycles come into life?
Okay. Well, just a little brief thing about it. I didn't start really until I was about 13. And like I said, my first glimpse of a memory of motorcycling was my father taking me and my brother out to this little old church out here in the country, and there was like this big field next to it, and I was probably 8 years old, 9 years old, and I seen like just a field full of motorcycles and probably 200 people. So it wasn't a rally; it was probably a meetup. And my dad, rode back then and did some things like that, and that was my really first glimpse of motorcycling and what I know of what motorcycling was. So, but when I was about 13, I started getting into dirt bikes, and I rode them and kind of raced a little bit of motocross. Not really nothing major or anything like that. I just, would go and race on weekends and stuff like that and have fun. Um, and then as I got up into my, late teens, early 20s, started getting into the street bike. I had me a 95 Kawasaki Ninja, rode it for a year and a half, 2 years. I knew it was, it was just crazy. It was a lot of, speed and stuff like that going on. So I decided to get rid of it, and, having kids and things like that. I don't know, just kind of like, set it on the back burner for a while. And then a buddy of mine, he's a truck driver. He had an old Harley, and it wasn't no chopper, nothing like that. It was 80 something. And he would let me come and get it and ride out on the weekends and take it for the weekend. So I would go get it while he was gone trucking, and I would ride. So it kind of got me back into, to that riding and stuff. Let's see, about 6, 7 years ago, I'd got my first Harley. I bought a Sportster, 2008 Nightster, and I always loved that skinny little chopper frame, kind of frame and stuff. And then after a while, I wanted to really venture up to big, longer travels and stuff like that. And I realized I was just really too big for the bike and to do anything like major riding. So I started to invest in something else. So I decided to go with the 2007 Ultra Classic. And I can tell you, ever since then, it's just, it's been upgrading and trying to get it to my liking. And it's been so much more comfortable and riding. And I've actually been able to extend my riding distances and capabilities and getting on a bigger bike and stuff like that. It's like you're in some ways you're learning things all over, going from, different bike to a big, bagger and stuff like that. So that's pretty much, and then just kind of, going to bike week and Daytona and stuff like that, and trying to hit some small events and rallies around us, around Tennessee and stuff like that. Getting back into the lifestyle was real easy because it was like it's always been there. It's never been, it never really went away when I was having kids and raising kids. I'm still raising kids, but I mean it's still there. So it's never too far from the back of your mind when you're actually not riding. So um,
Well, yeah, Sportster to an Ultra. That's a bit of a jump and
yeah,
a learning curve, I guess you could say, when it comes to learning the handling and features. That you're going from a little something a lot
500
smaller.
pounds, yeah,
Yeah,
to 900 and something, yeah. It's a big change, and I'm a big guy, 6'3", 250. I'm a pretty big dude, and uh, I knew I could handle it. I never rode a bagger before, so when I went and bought it and picked it up, I had like a 3.5 hour ride home, 4 hour ride. I didn't think nothing about it. My wife took me. I bought it. She just followed me home. I just jumped on it and jumped on the interstate and, 80, 90 all the way home. And it was great, and I've not looked back since. I've been riding it ever since. So, um, I
that's
just,
nice.
yeah, like I was saying earlier, yeah, I'd love to have a new one and all that, but as I sit in my situation, I'm okay with one I own. It's paid for. I can upgrade it. Yeah, I may not be able to have certain things that that they don't make for my year model, but I can still buy new stuff for it and do certain things for it to fit it to me and my liking and to for my capabilities. So. Um,
Oh, there's all kinds of stuff that are available for them. It's just having the pocketbook to get everything that one wants to get on them.
yeah. Well, like I was, saying something about the lighting. There's a couple of different companies that don't make that year model, but there's a couple that do. So I have to kind of source out what I can afford and what company actually makes certain things for that motorcycle.
What year
And
was it?
it's a '07 Ultra
Okay.
Classic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, usually anything under a 2014 that, there ain't but one or two little companies that make certain things for them, so everyone's going so far with the new bikes. So, and that's the thing, of course, they want you to trade them in and they want you to, upgrade your bikes, but not a lot of people can do that, or maybe they just may not be in that situation at the time they can do that. So, and I'm
So what
not.
do you, so what do you just got? A 96 in it?
Yeah, it's got a 96 cubic inch. Um, I've got. I was told last week the header pipes are uh, aftermarket. They're not factory. So dual twin pipes. I do have slip-ons. I do not have them on right now. I did have them on, but I don't. I am working on getting an aftermarket intake and a tuner to, since I do know that I do have the pipes that need to be on there. So, and it's currently in the shop right now, getting the ape hangers put on. And uh, as most people know from my post and my live streams, I put it in recently last week, and the mechanic had called me yesterday, and he was letting me know that he would have been done with it by now, but the clutch he just had to tighten up the clutch cable that the one he put on the new one, and but for some reason the electrical that's going up to the housing on the right side of the handlebar where the front brake is and stuff either didn't reach or it's not reaching the housing, so he may have to order another extension, which I told him to start with. They're pretty big bars. He may wanted to order 18-inch extensions and cables, but he didn't. So it's not my fault. that should be on him, in my opinion. But whatever, because I paid $600 for those, that set. So, uh, but
Well,
yeah,
it's never cheap, especially when you're dealing with shops. I mean, it's
yeah,
the unnecessary evil for some, but yeah, it's definitely adds an expense.
yeah. So, and it's an investment. It doesn't matter how old the bike is or how new it is. Anything that you're upgrading like that, in my opinion, is it's a pretty big investment because I
Parts
mean,
aren't
like,
cheap.
yeah. And some people was talking the other night. We were talking, discussing things about luxury. To certain people, that's a motorcycle is a luxury to them. They just buy it and ride 1,500 miles to 2,000, and they'll trade it in for a new one or this or that. And to me, it's not. It's a luxury to a point, but it's an everyday vehicle. It's a vehicle. I bought it to ride as to use as a vehicle. So I don't just ride on the weekends. And uh, I like to more on the weekends because that's when more people can not, they're not working and they can meet up and ride with you. So, but I do ride a lot through the week. So um, I think that once this bike gets done, the bars and stuff like that, I'll be on my next venture with it, with the full, stage one and stuff like that. So
So, how long have you had it all together?
um, this Ultra,
Yeah.
um, 4 years.
Oh, okay.
So um, just taking my time, and trying to, get well when you're raising kids and things, and it's kind of, and some of you may know and some of you don't. I've roofed for many years, but I am retired now and disabled, so I draw a check, so I can't just go out and spend my whole check on a part, or a upgrade when I have house stuff and kids and things that come out of it. So uh,
So, what's your main? I mean, with the Ultra, I mean, of course, they're a touring bike or whatnot for the most part. They're comfortable, made for long distance to get out and ride. And so, I mean, since you've had it, do you ever get the chance? You get out do anything, some fun adventures on it, or they're
oh yeah,
just more like day ripping or what?
no, 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 no. I'll go to Georgia to my brother's. I'll ride. I'll take off and ride up through East Tennessee. I've been in North Carolina. Um, Many times I'll go up into Kentucky and run up a big route like that, or um, I'll run it to over below Nashville on the other side of Nashville. There's some places over there. But yeah, I bought it to venture out and to go further and to do more. And when I do go to like motorcycle events and things like that, that's what I got the bigger bike for, so I could just take off and go on that instead of having, to ride the Sportster or trailer it. Because when I went to Biketoberfest and stuff like that, I trailered the Sportster down and stuff like that. So when I do decide to go back, I'm probably going to go back this year to Biketoberfest. I'm going to be riding it down there. I'm going to be, I'm going to just pack the bag and pack the tour pack and everything like that, and just take the bike. So. Um, but yeah, there's days around here where I'll take off for the weekend and go to Gatlinburg and ride and stay for the weekend with it and stuff like, and ride up there and stuff like that, and come back on Sunday, leave on Friday and come back on Sunday or whatever, and um, no, I don't. There is days I do like to do a day ride, run over
Oh
to,
yeah.
maybe run over to Fall Creek Falls, hour and a half away, and ride with a couple of friends like that, and have a good day like that, and just have a good 6 to 8 hour day. That's always good to do. But anytime I leave the house, I don't. I'm not really riding unless I'm going at least 200 miles or more. I don't just get out and ride 30 miles and come home. I mean, I don't ride to the grocery store and back. I can't do
I do.
that. I
I'll admit
mean,
that shit.
I could do it. I mean, I'm just saying I could, but I mean, like if I plan on riding, I'm not going. I'm the bike. I mean, yeah, if I just want to run the grocery store, that's cool, or the gas station. I don't care to do that. But what I'm saying is that, like, if I plan to say, hey, I'm going to go ride tomorrow, I'm not going to just ride 100 miles. I want to ride. I want to make it a day or two. You know what I mean? I want to make it a good 200, 300, 400 miles. And have a good ride. So, and I ride solo a lot now. I admit that I do. There's times I've rode with a few people, and there's times that we have a group over here in the next county over. They do a little charity thing for the autism for the kids in the school over here, and there's usually between 30 and 60 riders or so, and I'll go every year, and I don't know, it helps when you donate to them people, and because the reason why that group I like doing that, I don't do a lot of group rides, but I have done a few, is because I know where the money's going. They don't just hand the money to the school, and because we all know that most schools just give the money to the athletic departments and stuff like that. This group that holds this ride, they actually hand it to the teacher that teaches the autism kids, so she can provide things for the kids that they may not get. So that's why I like to get involved with that. Um, so and then this year, me and Tweedledee, we've been talking about putting this event together for a few months in September. Um, it's going to be a motorcycle meetup, and it's going to be around September 14th through the 17th. Now, like I was saying earlier, he's got a MMI school he's going to be going to or trying to get into. I don't think he has all the details yet. So if anybody wants any information, contact me on Instagram. We're going to be, you know, we're going to be doing a bucket list ride, but over to the back of the Dragon and things like that. And then I'm going to lead a ride over here through my area and up through Pall Mall, which is where Alvin C. York, World War I hero, is from and lived and all that, and through the Big South Fork National Forest and some pretty views and all that. And if you're not really comfortable riding in a group ride or anything like that, we do have, and I have access to the riding maps here in East Tennessee. I'll hand out, and we can, and people can go off and ride and find their and explore whatever they want to do. And we're going to try to host that in Harriman, Tennessee, uh, and that kind of gives it like midway between the Dragon and my area. So. Like I said, I've got some more information to get with Tweedledee. I got to get with him and kind of work some things out because I don't know about every detail he's got going on with this schooling and stuff. And um, so, if anybody wants to know anything, they can either get a hold of Tweedledee or me, and we'll let you know. Um, but so far, he's going to plan on coming back that weekend if he is in school down there. So, but we all know a lot of things can happen from here to there and things like
Oh yeah.
that. And it takes a lot to schedule anything because I can't get the damn hotels to give me a call to try to get group rates and stuff like that. They're just slow process, and it takes a lot
Well,
to.
it takes a lot to put.
Yeah,
Getting stuff together when a guy wants to do an event. I
yeah,
mean, you can try to throw them together, but if you try to do it right, it takes
yeah,
some work and time and some elbow grease when you want to
yeah.
do something to.
And that was one thing we wanted to do. We wanted to do it without any kind of company trying to back us or have any kind of company involved thinking it was their event or anything like that. We wanted to do it ourselves and just, if people are willing and want to, they can show up and stay in the hotel or there's campground, and stuff like that. So, um, but yeah, my plans are that in September. Let's see. May the 19th, we have Loretta Lynn's motorcycle music revival, which is pretty cool. It's like a mini chopper show, kind of weekend camping, flat track, dirt racing, trail riding. It's pretty neat, guys. If you look it up, I think that's May the 19th through the 21st or 22nd, something like that. That's another plan I have on my schedule this year. And then, of course, we have. I'm really going to try to make it to Smoke Out over there because Monkey's invited me to come over there this year and try to make, which I don't think it's too far from me, maybe 6 hours or something like that, if that. Uh, so try to make it over there. I don't think I've got any big event planned because the way I see it and the way I can do this is if I break my year up and say, money wise, also affordable, I can do more in the year and have things going on through the year for me to do if I break it down to 3 or 4 different events instead of saying like if I go to Sturgis, I've got to save a ton of money, got to pay a lot of money to get out, gas, all that, everything. you got to have some money to go on something like that. If you're that far, if you're like me, you're this far away. So instead of doing a big rally event, I'm breaking it down to trying to do three or four small things around, Tennessee and different areas here around, the state and stuff like that. So, and then it gives me, like I said, throughout the year, I can break up and go May and then August or September. I'll have things to do throughout the year. And that way, my whole year, it's not really planned, but it's, I can stay busy through the year riding and meeting, motorcycle people or friends and meeting new people, that I've not met yet and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
um, that's kind of on the agenda for this year is just to try to get out and meet more people that I've talked to on here and things like that. Because like most people know, we just went to a cycle showcase. Me and Dallas, we drove up there and got to meet, Monkey and Mike riding in the Ozarks and his old lady, Baggravator, they're a friend of theirs, real good dude. We got to, I got to meet Busted Knuckle Motorcycles, XAN Biker, Evil Rick, great dudes. I mean, just really good people, and Bedlam's Asylum, got to meet him. I mean, and if it wasn't from this platform, I don't think I'd ever got to meet them, And like I said, me and Tweedledee and DDK, we've rode to get. They've come over here and we've rode together over here, So, I mean, this platform for me allows me to, get out and
Oh,
give
you're
them
good.
a
I'm just laughing at some of the comments.
Hey, man, I just, he said go for it, so I figured I'd go for it. So,
Hey, fuck, go for it. Yeah. So you talk that. I mean, basically, so all the stuff you got going on. So, what was your drive to get start doing the YouTube thing?
Okay, on that thing, I was watching some. I watched YouTube like most people, and hang on a minute. Okay, and what really got me doing it was I was watching a few people, and I didn't even know their names or the channels. I wasn't even paying attention. I was just watching it for entertainment, just kind of sitting around watching YouTube, and I thought, man, if these idiots can do it, why can't I? I'm an idiot, I can do this. And so I started talking to the wife about, getting a camera and things like that and stuff, and resourced out where I could get GoPros and stuff like that. And I don't know. I just thought, hey, let me have some fun on here. I like to talk. I mean, I'm good at
No
talking.
shit.
Maybe someone will watch it, maybe not. Maybe I'll do something for my kids and leave and have fun and leave something for them, because I had a brother that passed away 17 years ago, brain cancer, and he had a wife and three daughters, and we didn't have any cameras like that, so they never got to even know, if it wasn't from pictures, what he looked like, and never got to really hear his voice or nothing like that. So I thought, this would be a good way to document, stuff for my kids also to go back and watch and get to see me and see, hey, look what dad got, look what dad went and did, and stuff like that. So as I got into more of recording, it wasn't long, and then I was in Biketoberfest for my, that's really where the real video started out from. I mean, I got a couple of riding videos before that, and then I was in Biketoberfest in Daytona, and I did them. And like I said, I started really just doing it for, of course, for fun and stuff like that. But once it started, it really didn't start growing until this past year. I think I put it like 8 subscribers for, 8 months or 9 months. And then I thought, man, this ain't going nowhere. What do I need to do? So instead of just watching people on YouTube, I started looking at what their names were, what the channel names were, and started diving into, who these people were, and because I was just watching videos. I wasn't even subscribed. I mean, I had subscribed to a couple people, but I didn't really know who they were. So once I started, figuring out who these people were and stuff like that, I started just making contacts, man, and talking to people and becoming friends with people. And, and it kind of just progressed from there. And it just started, I was starting to see what, hey, there's a big, circle of people out here, man. And they're close to me. There's people around that's closer than what I thought, and that's doing the same thing. So, and then I went on a live stream, and then next thing I know, I'm on another one, And then it's like, man, this is fun, you know. So the next thing I know, I'm starting my own live stream, you know, and it's kind of just progressed from there, you know. And but really, what got me started was just thinking, man, I'm getting tired of watching the same stuff. But these, because I'm not talking about any specific person being an idiot, but there's some kind of silly shit, you know, if you think about it on YouTube. And I was like,
Oh,
man,
everything's on
can,
YouTube.
I can act silly and be stupid, you know, on camera and talk and do this and see what it does, you know. So, and like I was talking earlier today, you know, it's a networking, you know, if you want to grow your channel, yes, I want to grow it, but I want it to grow natural. I want it to be, you know, organic, you know, as it comes. And like I said at 8 subscribers for like 9 months, 8 or 9 months. And I was like, okay. And I was okay with it. I was still making videos and still doing that. So, like I
Well,
said,
everybody starts somewhere. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean,
so it just started
you
growing
just go.
slowly, and as I reached out, or not just reaching out, but as I started making friends and you know people on here, associates and different things, it's just took off and started growing, you know, like it has, and I'm glad for it, and I hope it keeps growing, of course, and I hope I keep meeting people, and to me that's what I really love about the live streams is I can do the videos, I can do the riding videos, I can do other videos. The live streams for me and what I do on my channel is on the live streams is it allows me to kind of do this right here. We get to talk face to face, you know, kind of on screen. I know we're
Hmm.
not face to face, but we are on screen. And it kind of gives you an idea who you know, you get to know the person better. You get to know, you know, maybe you get to know them enough where you get to know their families better. And you get, you know, you build this friendship and a bond that, you know, I mean, that's what I enjoy about the live streams and doing this stuff here is you get to meet people that I would have never met any of these people in the side chat. Any of those people, I never would have talked to any of those if I wouldn't have had this platform. You know, I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't know Tweedledee lived 45 minutes in DDK down the road. You know, I never know that. So, or Dallas or, you know,
Well, and that's just
Northern
part
or
of it.
any.
That's cool within the community. I mean, you start branching out. You start doing this whether you're putting out content or even same thing with Instagram or Facebook. You can start networking people and putting stuff out and realize, hey, shoot, I got within this 300-mile range, man. There's a whole bunch of people. Start talking and you build the friendships and same thing with here. You start networking with people and doing things and hanging out and meeting more people and just go with it.
Exactly. I mean, look at you. You're in what, Oregon, and I'm in East Tennessee. I mean,
No, I'm in Washington,
or
man.
Washington. I mean, Washington.
Yeah.
Sorry, Washington. And it's like you're on the edge, and I'm over here in the South. You know, and this network's allowed us to, you know, communicate and talk, and you know, we've talked on the phone a few times, you know, and stuff like that. And I love it. And one day when I go to Sturgis, I hope you're going to be there so we can meet and things like that and stuff. And because I do plan on going, I think on the 85th. So um, that'll be a big trip.
Yeah, I'll be there this year, so that'll be
Because
fun.
I definitely want to see I definitely want to ride the places out there, but I do want to see the historic stuff about. I want to go to Deadwood. I want to see the historical, you know.
See, I want to go back over there, but I'd love to do it when it's not. I want to go back over pre-rally again, like going into June and whatnot, where it's not near as crowded. Especially you want to go see things like
Yeah.
the first time when I went over the last year, we went in June and it was pretty goddamn cool. I mean, there's still a lot of people riding. There's still a lot of stuff out there. I mean, it's a very popular area, but it's a lot less, and you can see a lot more than when you're there with 500,000 to 750,000 people in a small area. Some of the roads
Yeah.
over there aren't large, but man, there's some beautiful fucking country.
Yeah. And I like the history of like Wild Bill and all that stuff out there and everything that took place. And, you know, like it was, you know, supposed to just be a boom town and it ended up being more than that, you know, and stuff. And not just that, you know, you got the monuments to the presidents, you know, the Indians, you know, you got that culture out there. And then you got, you know, the Badlands. I mean, just to see that for me, and
Yep.
to see where people traveled and the Indians ran and you know lived and did things like that back in is cool for me. And I like seeing things like that. I like to know. I don't just want to look at it. I want to read about certain things that went
Yeah,
on in
and
that in
Devil's
that
Tower is
place.
just
Yes.
2 hours, hour and a half ish west of Sturgis.
Yeah. And I hear there's people that climb that thing. Uh, I'm not for
Actually, there
sure
was
if
a
it's
guy I
true,
found
but
out. My wife shared a thing. There was actually a guy back in the 50s that fucking parachuted on top of it and got stuck up there for a while.
see, I heard there's people that like to rock climb it or whatever. They'll climb it and uh, there's some silly conversations in them side chats, ain't there?
Oh yeah,
That's one thing I like about the side chats. They get going
Spearfish
on there.
Canyon. That's freaking beautiful too.
Yeah, that's the other one I was thinking of. The Spearfish Canyon, and then what is that? Needles Highway. I would love to go out there, and you're right. I would like to ride it when there's not 500,000 people there. I would.
Oh
I'd
yeah,
like to go out there and see it.
yeah. Needles Highway is freaking awesome.
Yeah, and
That
just
takes
the
you down. I
way.
mean, right there. Then you got the Iron Mountain Road. That's what I was trying to think of. I had to look at the
Oh
sign.
yeah. Iron Mountain Road.
But yeah, Needles is freaking beautiful, and yeah, there's a lot of
And
shit to see out there. It is fucking cool.
But one of my biggest things, travel adventures, is I want to go, and I was discussing it with someone else. Was one of my main things I want to see is to go out west towards. I want to go into Northern California, and I want to run it up and go up in and see the redwoods and stuff through Oregon and into Washington and stuff like that. But I want to circle back around and just make a big loop back to Tennessee through Montana, all that area, Colorado, or wherever it may bring through that route for me. I'd like to base it out and map it all out and see some of them other things because I've been to Colorado before.
Well, it's
when I
like
was a
you get up
teenager.
there by Sturgis and whatnot, and you got Springer Mike and Nick. They're 110 miles from there. I mean, they know the area. They took us to the places. I enjoyed riding with them when I was over there. Some cool shit.
And there's a road that I don't know if it was the Marine Rider or military biker went on. I think it was military biker, and he did a video on it. And there's a road out there somewhere. Not for sure if it was Montana or what, but it was beautiful. He had stopped in his video a couple of times, and you could see just the roads and stuff down the mountains and stuff like that. So, I thought that was really nice area out there.
Sounds like the Going to the Sun Road.
Maybe,
Yeah, up in Glacier National Park in Montana.
Yeah, and yeah, that's it. And I would like to come out of Washington and head and go, go through them areas and then just make my way back to Tennessee. Eventually, take like a month to just take off and go. And I
Oh,
think
there's a
that would
lot
be
of shit
pretty
to
good.
see. I mean, the whole. I mean, for me, it's like I can speak about the Pacific Northwest. There's some amazing roads. You got Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of shit. Wyoming, Eastern Wyoming. I will admit, I mean, Springer Mike and them, they live in Eastern Wyoming. You go through Central Wyoming, it's fucking boring as shit. Don't ever do it. It sucks.
Yeah.
But Western Wyoming, I got to see the Tetons. That was absolutely freaking amazing. And
I bet.
went through down through Idaho. What the hell is it? Moon Rocks. I'm having a brain fart, but yeah, there's some. It's awesome. I mean, and I've done all kinds of stuff through Washington, but yeah, there's gorgeous freaking country to be seen. You just get off the beaten path and hit the back highways. Enjoy it.
The process says he's in Lava Hot Springs.
Yeah, Craters of the Moon. That's it.
Craters of the Moon.
That's freaking
Okay.
awesome.
Okay, I'll have to look that up.
But yeah, going through the beginning of July, it was it was hot. It was
I
triple
bet.
ditch, so we went through there.
Yeah. See, I would like to do it before, like right at the beginning of like fall. Before it get. I mean, your guys is like before fall, right at the beginning of y'all's fall.
No, you're gonna want to come earlier than that.
Oh yeah, maybe spring.
No, like maybe like into June-ish. You come early fall, you're gonna be hitting nasty weather, especially if you want to get up through some of the areas and like Montana.
Yeah.
Some of the higher little passes. I mean, over here, we got fucking mountains. You're going over passes that are 6,000 to 10,000 feet. You don't want to be doing it in fall.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to do any triple digits though. I can't with my health, so I prefer to, kind of stay in between that, 75 to 85 degree range. If there's anything out there like that at a time of year,
Oh, there are chances for it.
you know, maybe 90 at the most.
Yeah, it just depends. But no, you come that late, I mean, you could end up hitting some pretty shitty weather. You run a good chance of it.
That's why I said it's so different, because when you hit fall out here, it's still kind of decent. I get, there's times, of course, it can get cool and it can snowflake here and there. But, beginning of fall, let's just say late August, September, and going into October, late September going into October is some pretty good riding, And there's days you might want to throw a hoodie on or something, something like that. And
yeah, I mean, there's places over here you want early fall. It's like North Cascades is 6,500, Continental Divide in Montana, you're 6,000 to 7,000. Beartooth is 11,000 feet. I mean, you're crossing some fucking mountains, and man, you run a high chance of some shitty weather.
And that's the thing. Once you get up to those certain, altitudes, you may be in the snow, at
exactly.
Time of year, so.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess it's just kind of like a hit and miss if you just go at a certain time. But yeah, if you go out, I guess out there, like you said, June, July.
June's not a bad time.
June,
I mean, July, some places might be warm, but I mean, you never know. But that's your best chances to have Mother Nature kind of be on your side.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lolo Pass is freaking awesome. Like, head down from Missoula over the Bitterroot Mountains down to the Panhandle, Idaho.
And that, like you say, Missoula and all that, that there's history in those towns that people don't, really explore a lot, and I love stuff like that. I love going to a town and figuring out and finding out what's going on, talking to the locals, and
actually, hey, Process, are you in Idaho?
He says he is. He probably knows. Where?
I get over there, well, I mean, not a lot, but I got family over, so I try to get over there when I can. Where at?
I think he said Lava Springs or something, maybe. I don't. He says 126 miles of no gas station.
That would be freaking, that's Lolo Pass. There's a sign that fucking tells you.
Chris Phineas says 3 hours from him, so Process is. So... yeah.
Process, how far are you from, like, Boise area? See, I get down to Kuna. I got family. You're outside Pocatello. I can't remember exactly where it is. Now I got to look it up.
Go ahead. It's your show.
I am.
I'm just here, brother.
Oh, no, man. Keep going. No.
Oh, yeah. It's cool. It's, well, I mean, like I was talking earlier, you guys are in such a little range. Well, 3 or 4 hours, maybe 6 hours from each other. Like Chris said, 3 hours from them.
Oh shit! Last fall, I was probably like 30 minutes from you.
See,
Process. I was up in Idaho Falls for a night. Actually, that would be when I was over in South Dakota. We rode from Sturgis all the way to Idaho Falls on a Monday.
Yeah. So I mean, meeting up with you guys. I mean, you guys meeting up out there together would be really seems like simple. Just to meet up and ride. Like Chris says, 3 hours away. That ain't bad at all.
Well, I'll probably be in that area because. Like I was talking on the last one, I got the my Mile Monsters ride for the Monster 100 coming in June, which the link for my fundraisers in the V Twin Life Facebook page. We're riding 1,000 miles in 24 hours. There's 200 of us, 200 riders riding 100 days with the goal to raise $200,000 to buy Drew, one of our heroes, a hero hauler wheelchair van that he needs because he is confined to a wheelchair. Now his dad's having a heart problem, so... we're raising money. He's one of the boys that do Shens, so Mile Monsters, we would do what we can to help these boys live their best lives and help support the family. So he's the recipient of the Monster 100. Then August, I have my Monsters Over Mountains ride, which is going to be probably 1,500 again, 1,500 plus miles in under 36 hours. I don't have the fundraiser linked for that. I haven't made it because I'm still finalizing my route, but I'm probably going to be coming through... down by the Process is pretty, might happen. But yeah, the big one I got going now is just, I'm just now starting to push my Monster 100. My ride I'll be taking off Father's Day weekend and doing my 1,000 miles on the 17th of June.
And I tell you, go ahead. Sorry.
And then yeah, that'll end. Actually, starts May 4th. We end August 11th in Sturgis. So all the mile monsters will all be at Black Hills Harley-Davidson August 11th, and the legendary Chris Hopper will end the ride after this ride is modeled after his 2021 100,000 mile and 100-day ride that he did on his own, and ended up raising. I've heard it was close to $170,000
Oh
for
man,
mile
that's awesome,
monsters.
dude. That's
So
cool. I hope you guys raise enough, and that's cool that you're all ending there at Sturgis, where maybe there's some other people you're going to get to meet and see that
well, yeah. Then we're bringing Mile Monsters, bringing all the families, the boys up there, and everything. There'll be a big deal. We got there'll be a big dinner and banquet thing in Rapid City that night. But we'll be at Black Hills for a couple hours that night before we all go down to the Best Western.
Yeah, and Don Breed, thanks for showing up, buddy. Yeah, and well, anything with when people do fundraisers, I have to really be really about that because, like you're saying, the heart. I was born with a rare heart, and I've had 4 open heart surgeries. So, when it comes to fundraisers and things like that, or like the Heart Foundation, I'm really about that. I really think that a lot of people can help that out. I mean, that's really something close to me. Is the Heart Foundation. So anytime I hear people doing something like that for somebody, especially when it's about that, I always commend them, and I hope you guys get your goal. Or more. Truthfully, hope you
That's a
raise
goal,
more
and
than
for
what your
me,
goal is.
no, I
Yeah.
enjoy doing stuff with Mile Monsters. I mean, they're a full nonprofit 501c3. All their stuff's in order, so every donation is 100% tax deductible for anybody that wants to donate. And it's for me, I'm very fortunate. I had 3 amazing kids and did amazing things in life, and now got with Mile Monsters, and you start seeing these kids where they're 10 to 11 confined to wheelchairs. They're never going to play sports.
Yeah.
The disease takes their ability to walk, and it eventually takes their lives at a very young age, and it's damn sad to see. So not just we're raising money to help them, but we're also trying to put Duchenne's more in the eye of the public and get more funding, and hopefully
Yeah.
we can find a cure to this disease, and these young boys won't have to lose their lives to a
Yeah, and
damn
I get that
disease.
because when I was younger, I've never been able to play any kind of physical sports or anything. So, and I've got 4 older brothers, and I've had to watch, grow up watching them play football and basketball, baseball, stuff like that. So, and that's one of the reasons I got into motorcycling as well, is because I never could really do anything. So I had to sit on the sidelines and watch, and that's not fun if you're being, when you got 4 brothers that's playing sports and
Yeah.
you just have to sit there. You can't even, I couldn't even go through recess in school. I couldn't even be in recess classes. So, getting into motorcycles allows me to get out and do things, and allows me to, and I got a couple brothers that ride, and they own motorcycles and stuff like that too. So, and we've rode together for a long time as well. But yeah, like that allows me, like, back to the motorcycle, with my disability, it allows me to get out and do something that is not as physical as saying get out and do these sprint marathons and things that I cannot do. I can't do certain things or go out here and play basketball with somebody and stuff like that. Go out here and get pickup games going and things like that. So, but now my kids, they're all healthy. I got 3 daughters, and thank God that none of them was born with what I've got, and so they've been very active. My youngest daughter plays basketball, volleyball, and softball. They've played softball their whole lives, and basketball, and she's got into volleyball now. So, that's one thing I've always been really thankful for, is that my kids does not have my heart disease, and stuff like that, because I understand where you're talking about with them kids, because I get where they're at, because being disabled and having a bad heart stops a lot of things, and it's just, allowing my kids, watching them, and I get to kind of live through them. I don't pressure them. They don't have to do that, but when they choose to do a sport and play a sport, I'm like, I'm there every practice, every game. I never miss anything like that, because I never got to do that. So I love it when they do that, so, and now my youngest one's, wanting to learn the motorcycle stuff and things like that. And they ride 4-wheelers, and they ride side by sides and stuff like that. So, this is going to be the next venture for my youngest daughter, because my other two just ain't into it, but my youngest one is. So, I'm giving her the Sportster, and I told her, because it runs great and everything, and I told her, I said, look, you can take, I'll help you, we'll paint it, do whatever you want to do to it, if you want to do anything different to it, you can. So as soon as she gets 16, she's 14. As soon as she gets 16, I'm going to put her in the class and let her learn, the right way of how to take the course. I think that's a lot you can learn from them classes. I never
Oh,
took it.
absolutely.
I just started out, on dirt bikes and just jumping on the motorcycle and taking off. And I don't want her doing that though. I rather her know more than I do about it. So, uh, and that's why I like, a lot of these women riders out here, man. They can inspire these young kids so much. They don't realize. Some of them don't realize what they do. Because I have all daughters, and I love the women that are out here doing, going strong and taking off and riding and learning on their own and stuff like that. Because that shows my kids that they can do it. So uh,
Well, they are. I mean, it's to each their own, and
yeah,
that's the fun part is, some of these younger generation can, look up to these people and see where they started, where they're at, and get ambitions and motivation from what they see and, what they're doing.
yeah. And like she had to go sign up for her freshman year of high school classes, a couple weeks ago, and the first one she picked was welding, and I'm like, awesome, you know what I mean? She wants to learn how to do things, so that really made me happy because it was like, man, hands-on stuff, learning a trade, will be so much value in her life later on. Also, she'll know how to do this stuff and all this, and maybe she won't have to rely on just getting a simple little job for the rest of her life. Maybe she can live more comfortable than what some other people can, if she gets a good education, a good trade, because we all know if you get a good trade, then you can get a good job. So because I know people that's got 4-year college degrees and they work up here at Walmart, you know I mean, it's because they won't go out of the town, or they won't leave, or they won't seek out what they went to college for, or it's maybe not in the town. I'm in a small town, so maybe what they went to school for we don't have in this town. So, and they're not willing to leave the town. So, and I've always taught my kids, leave, go adventure, don't worry about boys, don't worry about getting married and having kids. You go to school, you get a degree or a trade, you go out and make your money, live your life, come back if you want to, and then live and have your family or whatever. So, but that's one thing I'm really big on with my kids is pushing them to get, to live life, get out of here. You don't have to sit here and raise your life in one place. You can travel, you can learn, see things.
Be happy in life, I think is
Yeah,
the best way to put it.
just get out here and do stuff. Don't be scared to take risks. Get out here and learn about the country you live in, or the places around you. So yeah, he's got a degree in what, Dunkin' Donuts. Uh,
Yeah,
what flavors they got?
he's a certified taste tester. He's really moving up through the company.
I know
He
it,
won't
man.
admit it, but it's true.
I love every one of his riding videos. It's like 10 seconds. It's all straight under the same bridge. So
Oh fuck no! You got to learn how to get gas like a boss. You got to
yeah.
watch his bike video, man. How to fuel your Harley.
Oh yeah.
That shit speaks the
Run around the
truth.
parking lot 6 times and get
You got
everybody's
to let them
attention.
know you're there. You can't fuck around.
That's right. So but yeah. I don't know, man. That's basically, what I want to do with my channel. I want to keep it growing. I want to expand my network of friends and people. Um, that's kind of, right here. I made a commitment this past fall, this year, to make sure I really learn a lot more about the editing stuff and doing certain things, but getting out and creative ideas to do for my channel. But I want it to be natural. I don't want to just sit and try to think, oh, let me do this because somebody will watch it. I want to show things that I'm really doing. That I do either on a daily basis, or I'm going to a certain place or doing this, and I want, that's where I want my channel to kind of keep going. Everything that I'm doing in real time, kind of. I don't want to do so much editing that it looks like a movie. I mean, I want to know certain tricks to do in the editing department, but I'm not good at this stuff, and I'm a hands-on guy. I got to be hands-on to learn. So I think for the year 2023, I'm gonna try to get more real time videos of not so much of you know trying to make it look like a movie or anything like that. I want people to be able to watch like real time events. So
It all takes time. I mean, it's like everybody
yeah,
says, your first 20, 30 videos are going to be so, but you start hitting that curve and you start learning things and
yeah,
progressing and things start falling into place. It just takes a little bit of doing it, getting familiar with it, and educating yourself. I mean, I'm in the
yeah,
same boat, so
yeah.
that's where I'm going.
And me, as well. And like I said, I can look at it, and I think I've got 157 videos, and I've done this going on. Let's see, I think right at this August, maybe it'll be 2 years. I think maybe. Uh, so, um, like I said, I think the next batch, the videos. Of course, I'd always want to learn the craft. I'm always wanting to improve the craft of the skills on the computer because I mean, anybody can say what they want. I'm a dumb when it comes to certain things of this. It's just it takes me a little longer to learn. So, uh, but I'm learning it, and that's what I want to do with my channel. I want to take it. I want people to be able to go and see real time stuff with me as well, and know that I didn't edit it when I stopped or did this. I'm not editing and showing you, throwing you off, riding to a certain point or whatever, and then just jumping to a complete different story. I want people to know exactly, what's going on in that ride or whatever it may be, So I don't know. That's kind of where I want to take it. I want to grow it, and I want it to
Nice.
just be natural. And if it takes me 5 years to get 500 subscribers or 10 years, I'm okay with that. I'm not in no hurry. I'm just going to do it, and I think it'll all grow as I go along. So
There you go, man. And, have fun doing it. That's basically what
yeah,
it is.
yep.
So, well, shit, buddy. Thanks for coming in and hanging out on a Sunday and fucking
Hey,
sharing some
anytime, my
shit
brother.
and jabbing.
Yeah, anytime. I don't care a bit. You seem like a really. I know the guys in side chat's going to laugh, but we've talked on the phone a few times. You seem like a real down to earth guy, man, and hopefully
I'm
one
just
day we'll
me.
get
This is how it is. What you
exactly.
get,
Yeah,
whether it's
and
here or in person. I mean, there's plenty of dudes inside who say, "Fucking a, that's how it is." But
that's right. Make sure you guys go hit that like button as well, and just uh, hopefully we can meet one day. I'll be out that way
yeah,
in Sturgis or somewhere, and maybe we can meet up, or we'll
somewhere
travel.
you making a trip to the Northwest sometime, fuck, give me a
Yeah,
call, man. I'm always down for a fucking long haul fucking ride somewhere to go fucking meet up.
Brian, buddy, you only wish.
Right, that's my brother from another mother and fucking wrench bender Nick. Love
My
those
dirty
dudes.
Jersey boys.
And Springer Mike fucking sets their pendants. We've all met up and we all had a good fucking time for a long weekend and drank plenty of bourbon. That was a good time.
I hear you.
So, yeah, you guys can check out Ray's Motor Life YouTube, Instagram, and it's been a lot of fun. Next week, we got Milepost 96 with the one and only Bodine 52. The following week, we got Milepost 97 with the one and only Kelpfire. And we got some more
Can,
stuff coming. It's going to be,
can I say one more thing?
hell yeah, man.
1903 spray on polish. Go check them out. If you want 15% discount code, it's Ray's Moto Life, all capitalized. Go check them out, guys. I actually have the stuff. It actually works great, or I would not promote it. So I've been testing it out. So go check them out if you want to check them out. You can get a 15% discount code, Ray's Moto Life, all caps. Hey, I appreciate you letting me come on, man. Invite me on.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
It's been fun. And I'm sure we'll stay in touch and all that.
Oh, yeah.
All you guys in the side chat, make sure you subscribe to this channel as well. So, Crash Inc. I think that's a pretty good company. I love the design of the clothes and the hats. So, gonna be
Their
checking
clothes
them
are
out.
the shit. Same with
Yeah,
their raincoat, windbreaker. I love that thing. They plus he's been doing a lot of stuff. He's got Lexan. He sells intercoms for him. He's now working with suspension companies, selling the suspension products. He's got a lot of stuff going on. He's really been taking off the last year, and Brad's got some awesome shit going. I mean, Brad is a damn good friend of mine and a good guy. But yeah, that Crash Inc. is really going places and doing shit. So you guys can check it out.
I like the logos and shit, dude. They got some cool designs.
Plus, you like Crash Inc., you can use that promo code CRASH1. It's going to save you 15%. And the great thing with Crash Inc. is they never charge shipping.
That's awesome.
So, something to think about right there, buddies. So, right on, man, everybody. Thanks for tuning in on another Sunday night for Milepost 95 with Ray's Moto Life. We will catch you all next Sunday with Mr. Bodine 52. So, until then, guys, ride safe, have fun, enjoy that open road, and we will catch you on another Sunday.